Okay, so 2 videos in one day. Let's get this out. So we're going to pick up on the FXS TRENDMASTER updates here, and we'll do exactly the same. What we did for Bitcoin is just take the last few trades and just go through some of the results and just a few of the details that is needed for this FXS TRENDMASTER, because it's a bit different than the Bitcoin one. Requires a bit of, let's just call it a more advanced level. So the game is a hard mode instead of easy mode for Bitcoin, and that's because this requires a bit of price action. And once you learn the price action and how to trade effectively, then you'll see this is very powerful. Okay, so we're just below the TRENDMASTER. We've had a couple of candles that have breached above, but like I say, because of the liquidity here and the let's just say the tokenomics, the protocol, the way everything works, there's the price action is different. As you can see, there's a lot of gaps and so on. This is calculated by TradingView. I have found another chart that's a bit more accurate, but let's just start with this. So previous break to the downside, as you can see, we've been below that, following the lower boundary until it's leveled out, and we're pretty much at that level now. So that's around $6.85. And the previous break to the downside, as you can see here, we had a max move of just shy of 8%. I mean, there's a lot of people, staking and trying to provide yield through stable coins just for, 5-6% a year. One trade, as you can see, this trade lasted, well, let's just call it 24 hours, and you've got 8% on the table. So that move there, as you can see, this risk reward tool, you've got the stop loss up above this upper boundary, and 1.5R trade, maxed out at nearly 3R. But moving on, so we've had another break, large candle to the upside, this one, and if you would have entered straight there, which was a little bit unfortunate because you've got this local top here, potential double bottom. So on the move down, potential retest, enter there, you've got the stop loss and 4% move to the peak. So one previous to that is 6.63%. Nice clean break to the downside. We've had a nice move down, come back up, closed above now. And again, like I said about the FXS, you do need to understand the price action here to effectively trade. But looking at this particular area, dragging across, effectively it's broke down, come back up, retest, and then gone lower. And as you can see, just from this particular area, I'll just move this out of the way, it's come down back to the underside, okay, and then spiked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, there's four times that you could have entered short there, with the stop loss just above this area here. So effectively from there we had a 6.5% move. Prior to that we had a break up, as you can see, just here, come down, retest, lovely entry that is, especially on the crossover as well, and then spiked up to nearly 21% there, call it 20%, lovely move. Okay, so stop loss below the level there. If we just drag this up to the top, you're looking at a 9R trade. I mean, I'm going to have to zoom right out for this one, but look at that. Look at this move. Boom. And in fact, another one has happened prior to that as well. Look at this. I'll do these last three. So, right to the downside there, minus 35%. Another potential entry here from a rejection. And then we broke to the upside, 23%. And then this final break to the downside, and look at here, look at where I've measured this from. This large candle to the downside started measuring from here, and you can see it's been following this lower boundary all the way down. This trade, 9R trade, and so 77% move. If the point is that when you're following this for a directional bias, it may seem a little bit frustrating when it's in consolidation mode, but as long as you understand to stay on the medium term time frames. The intraday 1 hour, 2 hour, maybe step down to a 30-minute just to get ahead. But at the same time, you're gonna face some issues with this type of price action. So what I would suggest is just to stay on the 1 hour. When it does break up or break down of this light blue level, then we're just going to simply take some action. Okay, so whether we're going to start to sell some frac share back into fracs, okay, and vice versa when it breaks to the upside. And when it does, it's quite simply we're making more fracs on the move up because we're holding frac share, and then when it breaks to the downside, we can just cover risk and sell that back into fracs, through the fracs AMM. They've got a frac swap on their website. The gas fees are pretty good at the moment, and you can manage it that way. So there's plenty of options to have. We're just going to stick with frac share and Bitcoin for the moment. So come on through. Please answer just the short questions on the welcome chat, in the public chat, and then come on through to the private channels. Okay guys, so with that being said, I'm going to sign off and see you tomorrow.